We're going up.
Yeah, it's alright. Just
Okay.
welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Speaking Sporadically, the podcast. This is episode 118. So glad to have you guys listening today or watching. We got a real good one planned for you. So we're just gonna get right into it. Crazy, cool thing happened between these two guys. Hopefully, it's gonna happen to me soon. We talked about it last episode.
2 episodes ago.
2 episodes ago. Yep, the one before we got shocked.
Credit card breakdown. Go back and listen to it.
Yeah, it was a good episode. And apparently, these two guys got shocked hard enough to actually follow through with it.
That's a whole story in itself. I completely forgot about that.
That's a saga, bro. Friday was a saga.
That'll be a half-hour thing. That'll be a full first segment.
Definitely.
What
There's like a
about.
whole...
So whip them out, boys. Whip them out.
Whip them out?
That's what we do. We whip them out on this pod, boys. iPhone 15.
Obviously, to them, they're like, so what?
Yeah, they're like, yeah, what?
These are the iPhone 15 Pro Maxes.
Yep.
Just dropped Friday, the 22nd.
Yep.
Depending on when we post this, might be a week or two after. But yeah, it just came out 22nd,
It's
and that's
September
the day we got them.
22nd, yeah.
And we're just gonna jump right into that day.
That was just a hunt.
because it was incredible, and
It was fun.
I would have bet it was Easter the way they were searching.
Very stressful, but
yeah.
honestly, that's probably hard. I don't hunt that hard on Easter. Even as a kid, I don't think I hunted that hard.
You didn't look for candy?
Well, we had 2 at grandma's. My one grandma, she had like eggs, like a certain amount of eggs, and you had to find them all.
Oh yeah.
So
we do the same thing at our
like we've been
grandparents'.
out there for like we were out there for like an hour one time. Like some of them, like we sent out my younger uncle, and they were like up in a tree, like 15, 20 feet
yeah,
in a
we had
tree.
that.
We had to like go up and like find it. Like for some of us,
Yeah.
it was wild.
Yeah, we do it,
Anyways.
but we're not like they're not allowed to, no one's allowed to eat or supper doesn't start until everyone finds their eggs.
Oh,
So
no.
if you're sitting there searching, people start harassing you like, "Come on, we're hungry."
Yeah.
Well,
Find
you
your
start
eggs.
helping me.
We've
And
done
we still have to search. Like I'm one of the younger cousins, and all the older ones, like even the married ones, and with kids, we still search and everything. So it's pretty fun.
brutal.
We found an egg like a year or two after it was hidden.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
that's
gonna say
happened
that.
too.
We've had times where we're like, this was from like 2 years ago. Because we've done a whole bunch, like you have your own eggs or just like a free-for-all. But there's been times too where like my grandma also like will like write down everywhere she hides them. And other times she'll just be like, or she'll just count. And she's like, we're too short. Where'd you hide them, Grandma? And she's like, I don't remember. And then like for the next hour or two, she's just walking around like trying to remember where she hid those last couple eggs. And then she'll like remember one. And
Classic.
that's
funny.
always a good time.
All right, so the Easter hunt for the phone.
Easter hunt of the phone.
Yeah.
Well, we started our morning off.
So we started morning off and
in
we were
Sydney.
gonna
We were working.
Yeah, we were
technically.
gonna go work.
We were working.
But the budget's really gone, so we were just kind of out there doing what we can. There's not much work to do, so it was just nothing serious. But we were supposed to be out
Showing
working
face.
that day. We thought we could, do a 2v1. We go out working, and obviously we work. We're all around the Dayton area, so we thought it'd be a great opportunity to go get the phones. So we started in
Obviously.
Sydney, and we were doing some
And
work.
you
there.
said, I was like, maybe we should just pop in there right away. Like, we got done in Sydney. I was like, maybe we should just pop in and get it done, get it over with, or even just check to see if they have them. He's like, oh, they'll probably have them somewhere else. We'll just keep going.
Well, I just didn't want mine
Yeah.
right away. I didn't want to get mine until the end of the day.
Well,
So
even
then,
at
like,
the end
to
of the
take
day,
it home and-
well, I'll save that for later, but
Okay, I don't know.
Whatever.
But I just wanted to get it at the end of the day so I could like take it home and not have to worry about. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. No, he's supporting my claim, and I don't
Yeah.
want to have it carried around and like have 2 phones the whole day or just worry about. Especially because we're in like the Dayton area, so that's more crime than our little old town. The chance is greater. It's not bad. Like there's no bad areas we go to, but just a
Well,
greater chance.
we weren't going there. We
They're
weren't going.
not that bad. Luke, you
It's
just
pretty
hate
bad.
that town.
I do
It's
indeed hate that town.
Not great, but
It's one of the deadliest streets in our state. It's like the second deadliest street in the state.
I have no clue. But
Whatever.
So we start at Sydney, and there's obviously a Verizon store in Sydney. And our plan was, because obviously in the credit card breakdown tips is good, I talked about how I got a card that I can get 5% back, and I made it so I can get 5% back at cell phone providers, so Verizon, and electronic stores, which is like Apple. So we were okay with going to either of those stores. But the only thing was the Apple one is like far. It was far from where we were and stuff, so we really didn't want to go there. So the first Verizon store we went into
Was Huber Heights.
and we just couldn't wait any longer. It was like lunch, and we're like, all right, let's just get it.
Let's just do it.
Let's go.
And
in
I was
it.
like, it's time. Let's
Because
do
the
it.
Hungry for upgrades.
Yeah, the Huber store was like, it's a pretty big one too.
It's big. It's like a bigger retailer.
It's like nice. You walk
Yeah,
in, you
yeah.
could tell. So we walked in there, and started the whole process.
And it
Obviously,
was bad.
the Verizon lady comes up. It was an absolute pain.
Was it pretty full on?
It was
the first
not real
day?
bad on the
Not
wait,
Too bad.
but like they were gonna run us around in circles to get things done. Like we had to be they were making us become account managers on
They-
our Verizon plans.
They asked for like your name and phone number. They look up your account and like, yeah, well, you guys can't actually do anything unless you're an account manager and you guys are just on the account. So like we can't even upgrade our own phones, you know, that we're paying for like right now and everything. She's like, no. So we had to like, all right. So we had to call our parents and text them till we could basically log into their own accounts.
To the
'cause it's just
Verizon
gonna be
accounts.
faster if like we switch it ourselves. So we're getting this information from it, and I have my second phone, my Poke phone,
Yep.
which I don't know when we talk about that,
The
but I have my
old
second
8
phone.
Jet
It's got
Black.
the 3 phones now.
I think it's 7, but
thought
7,
it was
8,
an 8,
same
whatever.
thing. It's new enough so that I can download certain apps because my old phone wasn't able to. So I had both, and I was working through both. Luke was doing the same thing, and you had to like reset your whole password because your mom
I had to
didn't know
reset
it or
passwords out. Yeah, we didn't know the passwords. Had to reset passwords, and she was trying to do it while she was at work, and
Yeah.
she was like one of the only nurses on standby for her department. And so she was actually rounding.
Yeah.
At one point, I could hear her phone thumping in her pocket in her lab jacket pocket because she forgot to hang up.
Nice.
And I was like, she's working. She's like, I really don't have time for this. I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
So we're sitting there grinding through
Just
it.
doing it
in
as
the
fast
store,
as
trying to
possible.
switch it or whatever.
And the guy's standing there breathing down our necks this
Yeah.
whole time too. Big guy. Looks like he's probably 5 months pregnant. Big, just typical nerdy guy. And he was just like,
Bro's got that reach to draw on the whiteboard effect going on. What? You know, like if you're trying to draw on a whiteboard, but your stomach's like pushing on it, so you kind of gotta reach your arm.
okay, I
I guess.
I understand now, but
Jacob can only make
Oh my
references to things
gosh.
he's seen or experienced like
They're
2
so-
months before.
They're so
in his life.
obscure.
It's so weird.
No, because he told me
It's a little
about
weird. But
seeing that like 2 days ago. No, yesterday. He said this.
I know why.
So,
Oh,
like I
that is
said,
funny.
you can only reference experiences
just
from
got
like
better.
2 weeks max.
I just got
behind him.
better. Okay.
what?
So anyway, so yeah,
Whatever.
this guy's breathing down our neck. We're sitting there, and then at one point he's like, "Could I come back to you guys to keep working on customers?" Like, yeah, whatever. we'll
Whatever.
go."
Come back in a little bit.
So we keep grinding, so we finally get it, and like we think we both have it
We're ready
switched
to
over,
go.
so we're account managers, so we can make changes.
And do whatever.
Because we didn't want to come back. We just wanted it to get it done, taking care
Get
of our
it
phone
done.
in our hands that day. He
Yeah.
comes back. He's like, still showing you guys non-account managers, and what I assume is just like
Their
their
stuff
serv-
wasn't refreshing.
Yeah, it wasn't. It didn't
I would
update.
I would
in
literally
time,
ask,
all
could you
those
please
servers.
refresh the
Well, we
page?"
did, and we sat there for a little bit. He's like, still show him. But it's probably something that takes like a few minutes or whatever. So we're sitting there, and he's like, yeah, even if you guys were to do it, like he was being real finicky, and
Yeah.
I'll talk about later about why I think he was.
Yep.
And he was real finicky. And he was talking about how, like, yeah, the trade-in, too, requires a new line and, like, stuff that were, like,
No, that's not how that
like,
works.
I know there's some trade-ins where, like, you
Trying
can
to,
get
like,
it, you can get it completely on them if you get a
And
new
we'll
line.
talk about that later, too, even for me.
Yeah. And
But-
so we're just getting there, and he's like, yeah, and even if you guys did want to do it, it'd probably just be better if you guys go online, order it, and then
For
just, like,
pickup
pick
in
up
store.
in store. And we're like, fine, because this is before lunch, too. We were hoping it wouldn't take that long.
And
so
we
we're,
were
like,
at this
getting
point, we're
hungry.
like 45, 50 minutes in.
Yeah, so we're getting hungry. Like we were there for a while,
Bad
looking through our
hungry.
phones, and he's like, and we're like, fine, whatever. We'll just go. We'll go on our phones. We'll order it online because
Pick up in
even if
store.
his server didn't update as account managers, I think our showing was, so we could buy online, in the store, whatever. So we did that. None available.
Nowhere.
We tried it. We tried every Verizon
Nowhere.
store online. We could not buy it and pick up in store. We could buy it and then it would get shipped to our house in like 2 weeks or something.
It was like 2 to 3 weeks
Lord.
shipped. I'm
Yeah.
like, no.
And we were
I
like,
know there's got to be somewhere that has them in store for purchase today.
Another
Have to. They
Another
have to have
crucial
a
point
few.
is we explained them our ordeal. Is like we already have plans. We just want to get the phone and just switch over the plan or upgrade whatever. No new lines, no new plans, no nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Which will come in important later.
It's still important. Yep.
So
We go have lunch.
Yeah, we go have lunch. We're like, fine, we'll figure out what to do. We'll talk over
Think
it
about
at
it.
lunch. So we're sitting there at lunch, and we also we called the Troy store.
I
first.
called the Troy store at like 9 a.m.
Because
10
you've
a.m.
been
Like right
to
after
that.
they opened.
You've
I'd
been
not been to the
That's
Troy.
the one you haven't been.
I'd
Okay.
never been to Troy, but you know they had 5-star reviews, which I love. Love me some good online reviews that are kind of recent. I think that's a pretty great teller. I look at it actually.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, well, we don't have any right now. We were asking about Pro Maxes. And they're like, we don't have any right now, but we might get a shipment today.
He's like, there's a possibility.
Possible. We're
And
like, okay.
After I go to the first Verizon store, the Huber one, the big one, and they didn't have them, I'm like,
There's no way.
I doubt it.
Doubt
he was
it.
just saying that so we would end the call and he could do whatever else.
Yeah.
But, so we go to lunch, we start talking about it. And then the closest Apple store is
At the Green.
at the Green, which is in Beaver Creek, right?
Beaver Creek. But it's like another 10 minutes south of Beaver Creek. I think it's all technically Beaver Creek through there.
Okay. But it was
it's
probably
it's a haul down there.
it's probably like a 30
It was
20
like
minute drive.
25 minutes from where we were in Heber.
So it was like kind of far.
And we're like, maybe.
Because like if anyone's gonna have the phone, it's going to be the Apple store.
Right? Right?
And like we just wanted to get it done. And another thing that guy said too is like Luke could, because he was trading in, he could get like his value for his phone there.
But he was like, it might only be, like, he said it's going to be more than what Apple's offering. I mean, Apple's offering me $450,
yeah.
which is pretty good. But, so we drive down to Apple.
Yeah.
We're like, maybe they'll have the phones.
We're sitting there, we're hoping and praying.
We drive, and you know, if you've ever been to Apple, it's like an outdoor, or the Green, it's like an outdoor shopping. You've never been to the Green?
Mm-mm.
Really?
I didn't even know what it was
Yeah,
when you
no
referenced
idea.
it. It's
Yeah,
like
So
a,
it's like an
mall
outdoor
center?
shopping center.
It's
So it's like
really
lots of
cool.
little blocks. It's like little city blocks, all kind of worked into one thing, and there's just stores.
It is
pretty
really
much.
cool.
That's pretty
actually.
cool.
I really like. If
It-
I lived closer, I'd probably go there more
It's
often.
like you're in the city, basically, but it's like little stores. Like every place is like, you know, a GNC, a Lululemon, some nice store, and it
Nicer
feels like you're in the
stores.
city.
It's
like,
definitely
real
what it would be
close.
like.
You know,
if
it's
you were
really
like
cool.
in like a downtown city block kind of deal.
okay.
It's chill, but
So we
Do
park,
that.
we walk to the Apple store. There's two lines. They have one for
In-store
in-store
pickups,
and then walk-in.
which would be pre-orders.
Yeah.
People had pre-ordered, and then
like,
there's walk-in. We're like, well, we're walking. There's
and it
nobody
was
there.
empty, completely empty. But the pickup was long,
Back down the
up.
block, like down the block.
So we thought we were going to have to wait in that line. Then we looked like, wait, aren't we just in store?
yeah, we are like
We're like,
just
yeah.
today.
So we walk in that line, and then one of the workers come up, and they're like, what you guys looking for? We're like, we're looking for the iPhone 15 Pro Max. Like, tell you right now, we're out. Unless you want the 1 terabyte one.
Like 1 terabyte options were the only ones.
Hey, pulls out
Only-
the card. Yes, please.
Nope.
Which
Okay.
is extra money that I did not want to spend. 'cause
yeah,
I'm never
not to
gonna
get it
use a
today.
terabyte.
Yeah, I wasn't.
Yeah. So he's like, let me double check. Though he double checks and I have it. Like, oh.
Okay.
But then there's another Verizon store also in like the Green. So we had to walk like 5-10 minutes.
5 minutes maybe.
Not far,
Whatever, though.
but you know, in
we
the
booked
vicinity.
it up and around the corner, and then we went to the Verizon store, walked in. He's like, hey, how can we help you? The place was a ghost town.
Yes.
There was
No.
nobody there except for the 2 workers.
And, like,
he's
the-
like, can we help you guys?
The
He's like,
workers looked like shocked to see us. They're like, "You guys need something?"
Like the Apple Store's over there.
yeah, literally. And we're like, we're looking for 15 Pro Max. He's like, we're out. We don't have
he's
any.
like, we don't have any. We don't
Okay,
have
and
any.
walked
We're like,
right back out.
We did not think it was gonna be this hard to get
Yeah,
them. Not gonna
Jesus
lie.
Christ.
I mean, honestly, the last time I ordered a phone, it was COVID yet, so I ordered it online and had it shipped to my house. And then I just had to go to the Verizon store like after the fact. But like I've never got a phone on launch day before, and I did not expect it to be this much of a hassle. Honestly,
So we're sitting here again. We've been driving and going to stores.
we're just kind of defeated at this
all
point.
day, and it's just like because like we drove all this time for nothing and going to these stores for nothing, and we're like, and Luke, I think Luke's had the idea. He's like,
Well, we
Well, I
started
think-
driving back. I'm like, well,
Yeah,
let's
yeah.
just go home. We're not going to do any more work today.
"There's no way we're getting."
So we
it."
started driving. We're like on that stretch between like Vandalia and Troy. And I'm like, fuck it. Let's call Troy. Maybe they said they might get a shipment.
Call
Let's
back.
call. I call them up like, hey, did you guys get 15 Pro Maxes? Like, did you? I know I called. I was like, I called earlier. Did you guys get any 15 Pro Max? And they're like,
Oh, hold on.
Yeah,
Another thing is also
actually-
during this day, we were on like 3 different phone calls, like to see if they had them. Like I know Apple one took forever. We were just trying to ask a simple question.
never
to
contact Apple,
Just like
customer
yo, we
support.
wanted to call if you guys have 15 Pro Max, and we had to go through like 3 different machines, 2 different texts, waiting, and it took forever. Which was a pain.
Not it.
But yeah, go ahead.
But like,
So Luke,
call them like, hey, I called earlier. Do you guys get any 15 Pro Maxes? And they're like, yeah, actually,
yeah, we got
we
some.
got some. I'm like,
and then Luke like steps on it a little bit, not
Little
much, but
bit,
enough
just
for the joke. We start dying, and I'm sitting here being the devil's advocate. And I'm like, all right, Luke, don't get your hopes up. They probably don't, or they're probably not going to let us buy, or we're not going to be account managers by the time we
Yeah,
get there, so they won't
something.
so won't be able to
But-
transfer.
Something
Oh my-
almost got
I
us.
forgot about this. too.
Something almost
Holy moly!
stopped us from getting them.
Not
period.
me.
It was
Yo.
me. It was all me.
Oh my!
I had the single worst nosebleed of my entire
It was
life.
absurd. He was going through.
I was
double barreling?
bleeding. No, I wasn't double barreling, but
It was.
I was-
Like single barrel donate
I
blood
was
off
sing-
that thing.
Yes, I think
Fill
I
it
could
up
have.
a pint or two.
Like actually, I didn't stop bleeding for 20 minutes. I actually there's an urgent care right next to the Verizon. I actually went into the urgent
no.
care
Yes, bro.
and had him like
Man got treatment.
I got actual treatment and like I was like it's not stopping.
This man went through an entire glove box full of napkins. And when I opened this thing, I'm like, holy crap, Luke, because he had it stuffed full. And he's like, yeah, you never know.
You never know when you need them.
Man was using
knows
a
that.
Be prepared.
There was an old like microfiber wax rag in there he was using to try and like going out.
Nothing.
Trying to like he was like
Nothing.
spraying it out on the floor. You know, sometimes you just really gotta you force it all out.
Oh yeah, dude.
Like
I'm
with
a seasonal veteran with blade noses.
I'm at this point. I feel like I should be, and it was not stopping. Nothing was
crazy.
stopping. I was bleeding.
Did they give you a nasal tampon?
No, they didn't actually.
Those
She just
things
like
are
kept.
horrific.
She put some like freaking clip on my nose, and
Yeah.
it like instantly stopped.
Even though I thought you weren't supposed to pinch it.
No,
I
she
thought-
she like straight up just put like say like some special clip, probably a plastic clip. And I was
thought-
like,
yeah.
it stopped.
I thought I heard one time that was a
Wow.
huge medical change, and that medical feels like you weren't supposed to pinch it anymore
Yeah.
or something.
Well,
I think you're not supposed to lean back. I think you're allowed to
'cause
pinch
you're just
it.
letting it all like flow black. What you want it to do is clot or
Clot.
clot.
Yeah.
So yeah, I pinch it, and then
Okay.
like if it doesn't clot, if it's real bad, I'll like you have to like breathe air through it because the air flowing on it is going to make it clot up and dry
Well,
up.
I didn't. I think the only reason this happened is my blood pressure was just through the roof that day for whatever reason.
All the stress. That's what we were
Probably
joking
just
about.
like
You could have just
jokingly.
hit 3 ohms and that sucker would have stopped.
I wish it would have.
I was sitting there
I
waiting.
wish it was that easy.
I was waiting for Luke, and we were like, we got to get in, because like they said they didn't have much. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
I
Or
don't
that
know.
was-
They didn't say anything. I'm like, we just got to get in.
I
and
think that
see.
was just our assumption, and like there was a couple people going in and out. I'm like, Luke, we got to go, like, bro.
And like, I'm like,
our
bro,
chances
it's
are
not
already
stopping.
low. I know. And he's like, you know what? There's this urgent care right there. I think I'm gonna go in. Do you want to go in and start getting the phones? Like, sounds like a plan.
You at least check it. And a worst case scenario, just come sit in the waiting room and I'll be out. And if they don't have the phones,
Yeah.
I'll be out in a little bit.
So we parted ways. I go in. The lady was working with
And
someone.
I actually have history with this lady. She used to work at the Sydney
Now we
Verizon
got
store.
bad
Yeah.
blood.
She used to work at the Sydney Verizon store, and she is a G.
Did she say
She's
hello
the same.
one time?
Oh yeah.
No, but like I walked
I
in, I'm
remember
like,
every woman that's ever said hello to me.
That
I
real
believe
special
that.
treatment.
but she just like she looked familiar, and I didn't think about it. And she's like, at one point it came up in conversation while things were transferring from my old phone to my new phone. She's like, yeah, I used to work in Sydney, and I'm
Bro, you
like,
just spoiled it for me. We haven't got there yet. They never knew if we got it yet.
sorry.
I'm gonna continue.
Just
I guess
bleep
we
it out. Just
got
bleep
one.
it out. Bleep it out.
Yeah, you
Continue.
showed
Just
them.
continue.
But what if we got
continue?
this the next day or something? Anyway.
Continue.
So we sit
Continue.
there. I walk in. I'm like, she worked with someone. She frees up real quick. She's like, what can I do for you? I'm like, I'm looking for the 15 Pro Max. You got him? She's like, yeah, I think we got like 2. I'm like, I'm looking for
Reserve.
a blue, and I got my friend. I'm like, because I wanted to reserve for Luke. I'm like, my friend's gonna come in like any minute, and I think he wants a black one. She's like, all right, let me go in the back. Let me check.
No.
Walks back. She's like, yep, these 2. I think these are my only 2. One blue, one black.
Both
or navy.
256.
256 gigabytes, a 15 Pro Max are exact phones that we wanted. And she was like, yeah, these are like, I think the only ones I got. So she got it out, and I started working, and I gave her my name and phone number like at the Hewer store. And I think the account manager thing went through. So again, I was allowed to get the phone and purchase it, transferred earlier. So then I started my thing, and I was like texting Luke. I was so happy, like, we're good. I think we're good. I think we're good. I think it's going to happen. And
Well,
then-
you shot me a text from.
Yeah, that was a little
It was,
while.
but it came through as your email, not your phone number.
Meanwhile, Luke's
when
in
you did that,
surgery.
It said-
Interesting.
yeah.
Let me
Did you
find-
get Tyson's text from earlier?
Yeah.
Weird.
Let me
Anyways,
see if I
but
can
yeah,
find it here.
He'd say I was like sitting in there like waiting on the nurse practitioner to come in, and he's like, "Yo, I'm texting you from the 15 Pro Max." I'm like, bet. No,
Oh, Devin was.
Devin.
Yeah, that was after a while. I was texting on my old phone, like, yo, I think we're good. And then I went on.
And you sent me the-
Once the new one started working, I'm like, I'm texting you from the Pro Max or whatever. And until
Yeah.
he finally came.
Yeah, and then I finally made it over.
And I was like, I was ecstatic at this point. Like, honestly,
Just
in
like
disbelief. I didn't think it was going
euphoria.
to happen. How perfect it was. And then Luke came in, and again, a fairly
Did the deal,
seamless
but like
transition.
again, this
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 lady.
place was a G. This chick was a G. She's like, well, you have this. Well, I think we're offering $830 for your for your phone. I'm like, $830?
Yeah.
The Huber stores said they were going to offer me like pennies on the dollar for this, and
They
they're
said
like,
it was gonna be less than Apple, and Apple was offering you like
and all,
$450.
yeah, and I was like, we were at Huber Verizon this morning, and they were like pushing us around, running us around, and they said they weren't going to offer me a lot for my trade-in. She's like, no,
Yeah.
they're like giving these things away.
Yeah.
If you have a newish phone, like they're basically giving them away. I'm like,
Yeah. So like, she
Good
was
news for Jacob.
yeah,
She was not for you, bro.
not for you, buddy.
Not for you.
Sorry.
I'm gonna
'Cause
ask.
she
I'm
asked
gonna
me-
ask just to see the employee's reaction. Be like, yeah. So
Can I
what
trade
can I
this in?
get for this thing?
Yeah. She
They'd
was
be like, huh?
A high five.
Is that a home bud? She was super.
Firm handshake.
She was super surprised by mine. She's like, "What is that?" I'm like, "This is an iPhone 6." She's like, "Holy crap! Yeah, definitely due for an upgrade, so they'll get a good kick out of yours."
Yeah.
And I'm like, she's like, "So you want to look in the trade in?" I'm like, "I guess I will," but I looked it up online and it said $0.00. She's like, okay, yeah," because I think she looked it up too and it showed the same thing. So I'm like, I'm just gonna keep it at that point.
They might be able. You actually might be able to trade that for money
At
as
this
like an
point,
antique.
it's- yeah,
Yeah, as an
it's going
antique.
back up.
It's coming back around on that bell curve.
Yeah, but she was super helpful, and then
Super good.
the insightful part she
And this
gave
was
us
in
is-
Troy, Verizon Troy.
Yeah.
Troy
Troy.
Verizon.
And then this is when we were talking about all the troubles we went through in Huber, and she's like, wonder why? Because like it should be.
And
easy.
she thought about it for a little bit. And she's like, "Well, there's sales incentives for people to open new lines, to get new business, straight up new lines.
New
It's like a
plans, new
$500 incentive sales bonus
gosh.
to have
They get
new.
bonuses.
They get fat bonuses for new lines
So they didn't
opening.
even want to mess
So
with
they
someone
were just
that
trying.
Had no.
That's what our
Mhm.
assumption kind of was, and like I think that
Yeah.
lady obviously didn't deny. We were just sitting there like, I bet they wanted us to get new service plans, or didn't even want to waste our time like helping us out if we're not going to get a new plan or
makes
upgrade a
sense.
line. So they're just kind of shooing us off basically.
Get out of here.
So we were sitting there like, that makes a lot of sense.
That's what some pharmaceutical companies do.
Really?
Yeah, it's basically bribing, but it's within legal boundaries, right? Which I'm not saying pharmaceutical.
Pharmaceutical.
Thank you. I'm not saying pharmaceutical companies are evil. They're not. They make really good stuff.
Extrapolate on that, bro. What do you mean?
So wait, what part?
Like, how do they do
The bribe. Yeah, yeah.
Do they only
So-
sell certain drugs if they get a
No.
kickback?
So basically, they make. So there's two parts to a pharmaceutical company, right? You have the
you're thinking more like the actual
production.
who makes the.
No, I'm just starting
like
from the
someone only
beginning.
needs
Go ahead.
Advil, but they're giving them like Oxy.
No, I'm
An
saying.
incentive.
Well, that could be. That could
That's
be
an
it.
incentive.
I-
Let 'em-
but
let 'em
what-
talk.
So what I'm saying is, to a pharmaceutical company, there's two parts. You have the lab, and then you have business. You need to push it out. You need to get the product on the market, right? Mm-hmm. So the business part, getting the product out to the market, for a lot of it, they reach out to offices and doctors specifically, and basically, if a doctor sells a certain amount of any product, they get a cash or well, not physical cash, but a cash incentive. So there are some doctors that, for good or bad, it could be either way. Again, none of this is inherently evil. If they sell certain products on the year, they could be getting up to like 6 figures in bonus from one pharmaceutical company.
So it's
for
more-
pushing a product, which means sometimes, just like that tech guy, because of the incentive, he's trying to push a medicine that maybe you don't need, or it's
do
just
it this
extra.
way.
Doesn't matter how expensive it is. So that idea, those incentives are everywhere. Bro.
So it's more
everywhere.
the doctors that are trying to get that bonus than the pharmaceutical.
But they're not. It's not like a cash bonus.
well,
though.
it's a win-win.
bonus
The
in
pharmaceutical
another
companies
form.
get the
sale.
sale, and then the doctors get a bonus.
So they could be prescribing
yeah.
people like, you could do this and this be fine, or I'll just give you it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I got.
It's
you.
like doctor recommended
Interesting.
stuff.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So,
100%.
There's
I
like
could
two
see
meds
that.
that would low key do the same thing. They'll just push the one that they can get
Yeah.
the money for.
Well, you
Yeah.
could take Advil for this, but like you said, you could take
Also take
Oxy.
Oxy.
well, and
Oxycontin.
what you said about Oxy, like that's a notorious instance
yeah.
from
Yeah, that would be
Purdue
like
Pharma.
that would be like
Today.
the most extreme example where
Yeah.
doctors are pushing
Yeah,
like
yeah.
almost unhealthy
well, that's
meds or useless
straight
meds.
opiates. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's notorious from what is it, Purdue Pharma and doctors everywhere,
Interesting.
just taking those huge incentives to push it out. There's a documentary on that. No, sorry, a mockumentary. No. It's a drama TV series, but it's
Very educational.
very based on, but it's very based on true events. It's the guy who directed it is very well versed in it. Did a lot of research on it. The only thing is they can't say it's a documentary because there's actors playing those guys instead of the actual guys.
Gotcha.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah,
But so we get the phones. We're pumped. Like I didn't think it was gonna happen again, so I was just sitting there super excited. We both got it, but then we were in Troy, so
I'm like-
again we were
like-
kind of working this day,
Working.
so we still wanted to do some work. Cause I told Luke too, like honestly, I'm in a happy mood right now. I'll work for free. Like I'm just so happy. I
just
got
like,
my
let's
phone.
do it.
I'm just, I was in such a grateful mood. Like someone could come up to me and like, you want to help me build this shed? Yeah,
Let's
let's
do
go.
it.
I'll help
Let's
you.
build a barn.
So, and then so we're going. We're like, yeah, we'll go in the Troy store and do a little bit of work. And we're going in. And we're like, all right, I don't want to leave my phone in here,
Yeah.
but I was too scared to just bring
Walk
it out.
around.
I don't have a case
That
for it.
boy's naked.
Yeah, I didn't have a case for it. So Luke looks over at me and goes, what are you doing? I was putting the case back in the Apple iPhone box and putting the box in my pocket. Use as the box. I wasn't thinking that because I can't have just a bare phone in my pocket.
Did
too.
it for 4
Just-
days.
No, well,
Well,
it was
Friday-
different. It was different. So like with the very first day, I just pulled it out of the box, super fresh. I'm like, I don't want to carry it around the store, especially working too. I might have to bend over, pick some things up, or reach for stuff. I just can't go bare. So I put it back in the Apple box. I put the Apple box in my pocket as I was
It
just
was
walking
so
around.
whack.
So I was just walking around the store with that, just for that one store. We weren't there long.
No.
That's crazy.
it's like buying a hat and keeping the tag on.
Keeping the it in the
In the
bag,
box,
in
and
the
then
box.
putting the box
Yeah.
on your head.
Yeah.
There's a key peel.
I've seen
Yeah,
some
there
videos of the phones breaking hella easy. though.
Yeah.
The back glass is very
Yeah,
Yeah, they
fragile,
were
that's
talking
what
about
it
how
is.
that.
but it's super easy to change.
Why is
if you
there
do
glass on the back though?
break. It's just
For looks?
pretty much.
looks, feel.
Because
It's all about the feel. I think they did
I
something
guess the
special
feel
with.
makes
Makes it
sense.
more slippery, so you break it. So
Yeah.
you pay them to replace the glass.
I mean, yeah, let's have like a titanium case on it, but put glass everywhere.
over top the titanium.
Yeah, and I saw they decreased their glass change price from like $450 to $200,
And expect
which probably
Hey,
was
yeah.
probably because
quantity
of
over quality, quantity of sales. Change that back glass.
yeah. They want that
That's
money
terrible.
from service.
Well, people are still going to pay for it, so
That's why it's terrible.
that's
Well,
why I just bought a case.
Crown actually they'll sell some of their lift trucks at price or at a loss just so they can get the service contracts to service their lift trucks. Which, I'm
Ooh.
not saying Crown like maybe we're suggesting with Apple is making their
Well,
product
the thing
horribly
is,
bad
the
to
thing
need
is
service.
Crown, like they're
It's-
not sabotaging their own trucks. They're not.
That's what I just said. Yeah. I did.
I don't think you did at all.
I understood more. I say I'm not gonna lie.
Well, like I was
Like you might have gotten to it, but like
yeah, I was pretty much
was just
saying
building
I
off
was
of
pretty
it.
much saying that.
yeah, like I think people are fully aware. Like, and another thing too is I think
Obviously,
when
you gotta
Amazon
think
wants,
there's
like,
so
40
many people.
trucks.
There's so many people out there. And one of my favorite Apple product reviewers finally, like, he made a video for the first time in like 3 years on Friday. I'm like,
Just
hey, you haven't been doing anything in forever. And it was a drop test video. And he was like, this is kind of weak. You should buy my new case.
Yeah.
Does he just do Apple products?
Yeah, pretty much. Now, he does a little bit of Samsung stuff, but he
Wow.
does essentially all Apple reviews and everything else. He should, in a couple weeks, he'll probably come out with the 15 case review. And he'll drop cases 50 foot from someplace around his house. He lives in like the Pacific Northwest, so he finds super tall tower and just drops. He's like, this case sucks, and it's like the 15 most popular cases, like so UAG things from like Otterbox, etc., etc. And he compares them against his own, pretty much brand marketing. But I respect the hustle.
Yeah, pretty expensive marketing there.
He doesn't care. He has like 4 million subscribers on YouTube. So
Yeah, once you kind of get like 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, money's kind of just an illusion.
yeah, essentially. And he's got this case business, and he makes really good money over there too. So
Yeah. So we're gonna.
on that note,
Yeah.
subscribe to the channel, guys. We'll catch you back.
we can make things more expensive.
Please tell me I did.
We're rolling again. Just so y'all know. Let me reset the timer piece here on my lightning speed phone.
Oh yeah, bro's got that lightning.
So we're back.
That
That was real quick. So I just wanted to talk about, like, I did get the phone Friday, and I knew immediately, like, I got to get a case on it. Or else I won't be able to function with it. I'm like, I got to get a case, and I got to get a screen protector on it. So I go on Amazon, like,
Jacob immediately throws it in the air.
Throws it around.
I don't even care.
How strong is this case tested?
It feels protected. Like, I'd be okay with it. Like, I literally, as soon as I put the case on, I was like flipping
That
it
thing's
around.
paper thin, though.
It's enough to, like, protect it.
King.
So
I feel like it's slippery, man. That case is slippery.
it is a little, but it's not too bad.
I mean, like,
Mine's not much better.
if I just start, like, flipping around like this, it could easily just fly into the wall behind me.
Yeah, then again, it feels good. Like, I like the slick.
Feels good. I like these ones, man. I like all of the different textures. Like, if 2 things slip, I've like 8 more things I can catch on my finger. It's really nice. Although I did take the ring off. The ring was annoying.
But this one was also a steal. So I
Yeah,
sit
you
there.
got
That's
your-
nice too.
that was
and
cheap.
for a good price, that's
MagSafe.
worth it. That's worth
So
it.
I got on Amazon, immediately wanted to buy something. And I'm like, I know I'm also going to have to buy screen protectors for it. So I'm like,
I bought a screen protector in store
Yeah.
right away. I just went for it.
which isn't a bad call. Like, it was more expensive, but
I
to
don't
get
really
to
care.
get a screen protector on it, probably worth it.
Definitely worth
So I
it.
sit there, I start going on Amazon, I start scrolling, and Amazon, something like phone cases on Amazon, there is literal
Lord.
thousands.
You could look at
So
phone
many
cases
options or
for
whatever.
days.
And I didn't really care about the like color customization. I wasn't worried about that. There's a few things I wanted though. First, I wanted a safe, or
The MagSafe
case.
compatible.
yeah, I do. I wanted a case. I wanted to protect, but at the same time, I don't want it big and bulky.
A case is in this. Right?
Yes, the phone case.
The true phone case.
Like just the whole case itself.
The thing I wanted in a case is a case. What are you saying?
I don't know. Is that
He's
what I said?
just, you're
I don't
getting
know.
a little.
My brain is going too fast for my mouth.
What did you want
I heard
in the case?
I heard you say something
He
about
wanted
a mag
MagSafe
case.
compatibility.
Luke brought that up. He kind of jumped in there, but we'll
Yeah.
talk
Sorry,
about
I
that
kind of
later.
jumped the gun on that, but he wanted MagSafe compatibility for sure.
What mags-
And MagSafe, which is the
Magnetic.
the magnets that are in the back of the phone.
All right, we're good. I got
And
you.
then-
Thank
Oh,
you. Yeah,
So
yeah.
then you can have MagSafe things. Like I have MagSafe chargers at my house already, and I just ordered a car vent clip that is MagSafe. So I just flop my phone up there and it charges.
Gotcha.
Yeah, what MagSafe means is it allows things to be wirelessly charged and the magnets still work. So
Yeah.
like
Mhm.
it doesn't cut off.
It's not new
magnet.
technology by any means, but
So if I
They've
would
had
take
a-
a magnet and like rub it on your phone, it wouldn't break it.
no.
It's more that the magnet would
It
stay
would
on
stick.
the phone. So like you can get magnetic
Well, I think that's
wireless chargers.
it's both. Because magnets would mess up
Uh,
electronics.
It might actually.
Yeah. So I think it. Oh, well, if magnets stick to it and it's advertised as such, it will definitely protect it
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure.
to a significant degree.
But I wanted a
assume.
case that was big enough to protect it, but I didn't want it too bulky because this is already a big phone, and I already got to put it in my pockets and carry it around. So I also want something that's
Standard.
kind of
So
It's
thin.
got that thing on them.
And another thing I wanted, again, it wasn't super big, but I look forward to it, is something that protects the cameras. Because on the 15,
Yeah, that's one thing I noticed.
the
comparing
15
your-
Pro
I'm
Max
not
is
too, I'm not too
pieces.
concerned about it.
well,
but
yours is pretty good because you got a nice lip on it. But
I
the
got a
15
big fat
Pro
lip.
Max
Sticks out, yeah.
cameras stick out a lot. Like if
They
I would
were-
take
Yeah,
this
those
case,
are-
if I would take
they're
the case
tongs.
off,
especially on the 15s, which we went over this before, but like they got the 5mm lens, and those things just it's
Yeah.
thick. You can tell how thick it
That's a
is.
solid centimeter.
they stick out quite a bit. So I wanted something to cover that, or at least have a lip on
Protect
the
it
outside,
a
so
little
if it would
bit.
fall on a camera, it wouldn't nail the cameras and nail the glass.
Yeah.
So I found this one, and it was perfect because it has it completely covers all the camera spots, all the camera holes, but there's no plastic over the holes too, which is something I also
That's-
wanted because I didn't want to dent.
Well, I brought that up. You sent me a case, and I was like, I like it. It's fine, but it has plastic over the lenses, and that plastic over the lens is going to get way dirtier, and it's going to be harder to clean than it would be to just have one without the plastic over, and you're not going to want that.
Yeah. So I'm like, ooh, good catch. I'll look and see if I can find anything. I read and I looked and I couldn't find anything definitive. So I'm like, you know what? I'll just get it. If it does have the plastic covers, I'll just tear them off or like, kind of melt the glue around it. I'll pull them off.
Find some way to
But
get
it,
it out.
it came in and it didn't
It's got fuzz all up in it now.
and it didn't have plastic, which was great. And obviously it's MagSafe, so I can wireless charge. I can put wireless.
Well, you could
portable
wireless charge
chargers,
without
magnetic.
but the magnetic ones are
Yeah.
super cool because those things don't come off when they snap on. It's actually very strong.
Another cool thing that I saw too, and again, this isn't new technology, but there's wallets you can get that are MagSafe, so they connect magnets, and your phone knows if it's connected or not. So, like, if you take your wallet off, it'll pop up like a notification, like Devin's wallet has been disconnected or whatever.
I think I have seen. It's the real slim like card only wallets.
Yeah,
that go
it's
on
pretty
the
much
phone.
like 2 cards.
I see quite a lot of people have like it holds like 3-4 cards.
Yeah, I think a lot of the ones I see though are just this one stickers. Like you can get like nice ones that just magnet on and off, and again,
Yeah.
it'll pop a notification. It'll tell you if
That
know,
it's a wallet.
If it comes off, like Devin's wallet has been disconnected.
I wouldn't.
so-
I don't think I would hate that. I think I would
don't
kind of
think so.
like that.
Like, the
maybe
only-
if I got a case that had a wallet actually built into it.
I don't think you want it all the time. Like if I would get one, it'd only be if I would go to the big city and I didn't want to carry cash at all, and I would slip 3 cards in my ID, and that'd be everything.
Yeah.
That'd be it.
Yeah.
Like that'd be the only reason I would get one.
'Cause
But
it
like
would-
for the price, I don't know if I really need it.
because it would make it thicker too, your phone.
Yeah.
So in the
Yeah.
pocket, you know. But
It's true.
so it is something definitely cool to think about. So I was super happy. Oh yeah, and I looked at the price too, and also like was one of the cheaper ones. Obviously, Amazon does a whole bunch of deals all the time where it says like a product's 40% off, but it's been 40% off for 3 years or whatever. So I found this one, and it said it was like 30% off. I'm like, oh, sick! It was like $16. I go to check out, and right next to like the item, it had like $3 coupon, and I thought I'd have to click on that and like download some browser extension and use that, you know, basically like an advertisement thing. But I just click on it. Ba-king, $3 off, like $13. I'm like, nice.
Dope.
And it came with 2 screen protectors, 2 tempered glass, like the good
Oh,
level.
that's sick.
2
The
the
good
good level
ones.
tempered glass. And so it was all in one for like $13. I'm like, sick. So I bought it, and it came in. I bought it a Friday, so like as soon as I got home, and it was, well, one cool thing is, it's kind of a long story, but my brother has the Amazon Prime account because he has it through like Columbus or OSU, so it's like he gets a discount on Prime. So obviously there's a whole bunch of different, like you can save different addresses, names, and cards in there,
Yeah,
whatever. And I forgot to flip the address, so it was shipping to Columbus,
And you had
which
to
I
edit
think
it?
is why it said it was gonna be shipped the very next day. I was ordering it Friday night, and it was like, yeah, it will come in tomorrow for free. I'm like, nice. But then I click and I look at it, and it's like shipping to Columbus. I'm like, that's not right. Hopefully I can change it, and then, I edited it, so I changed it in my house. It's still supposed to come in Monday, and it did come in.
See, Devin, so when you yelled at me for ordering Taco Bell to the wrong place, now you understand that we're all human. We're all human.
Did you edit your order immediately? And did you notice? You didn't notice it immediately. If you noticed it immediately when you ordered on the app, I'm like, oh dang, I accidentally ordered it here, Devin. We shouldn't walk over, go through the line, and
Yeah, Devin's on top here for real.
I'm just saying, we had a life-changing experience that night.
Oh, I love it. You know, I even
And-
said like the next day, like I hate it now, Isaiah, but in a couple weeks it's gonna be funny. And I had a great time. It was an experience.
On my family's Amazon
got
Prime
robbed.
account, I was like, oh, I can add my card to this, and if I want to get anything, I'll just do it with my card. Apparently, no one in my family was like, I should make sure it's being charged to our card.
Yeah.
I'm seeing bills rack up on my
Yeah.
credit card. I'm like, yo, what the hell is
Yeah.
going on
Whose
right
stuff
now?
is this?
My card was in there, and I made sure I put
Bro,
it
I did
in
not buy
mine.
no makeup.
Bro, I did that on accident to my grandma's credit card.
She ripped you?
Well, she gave me her credit card to buy something for my cousin's wedding. She was
Okay.
buying her like a nice pot set or whatever. Cool, whatever. Not set as the default card. And for like 2 or 3 months, I'm like, my Prime isn't coming. My Prime membership isn't charging my card. That's weird. My aunt called. She's like, hey, what's this $8.99 charge from Amazon? I'm like, oh shit.
Bobby.
That's my that's my actual Prime membership cost.
What's your Venmo?
Well,
Like,
grandma,
yep.
she's like, well, grandma won't care, but like, take your card off. Take her
yeah.
card out, and
Oh, yeah,
as long as it gets charged to any of your cards, I really don't care. I'm like, all right, on it.
But yeah, the case came Monday. So the whole weekend I was very delicate with it. And it was fortunate enough because I didn't do much this past weekend at all. I just hung around the house. and
Devin's
just
just
kinda did
like it's
stuff.
just sitting on the ground in Devin's room. He's just staring
Sitting
at
in a room like
Make
I'd
sure
be in
nothing
his
can happen
cave.
to it.
I was obsessed with it, honestly. It's just a whole different experience.
Mm-hmm.
It's
It's still, it didn't feel real that Friday. it
So,
literally didn't
so
feel
is
like
there anything
mine.
that I should deal with from the account change standpoint going
I
into
don't know.
purchase
You
mine?
probably should do it on your Verizon thing and become an account manager.
Okay.
So you have to
Make sure
go
that's
on
set.
whoever the owner of like the whole plan is, like the whole family.
You gotta
go on
log
their
into your
account.
My Verizon and do
Yeah.
that.
and then you can find like the account, and then you'll find different people like members.
So
like
going
everyone's-
before I go in, I should be an account manager.
Probably
pretty
should
much.
have that
Okay.
done. Yeah,
That'll make life easier.
it will indeed.
But then again, like I don't even really.
Or you could
Would I
just go
need
with
to-
your mom too.
Would
Yeah.
I need to
Whoever
be
the
an
owner
account
is.
manager to to just buy the phone?
Yeah. For us, I mean,
it was. They were like, you need to be an account manager to do anything in this store.
yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
If you bought it from Apple,
If you want to go to
if you bought it from
Verizon.
Apple, you could just buy it.
Yeah.
But then you'd have to go to Verizon.
But I probably need to be because I have to go to Verizon anyways.
Yeah,
To
to
get
get
it
it switched,
to
you
get
gotta be
your
an account
number
manager.
put in.
Okay,
To
so
get it
I'll need to get it switched.
yeah,
Unless I want to start from scratch, bro. Low key,
you'd have to
start fresh, new
Start
everything.
completely fresh. Have your own phone bill and things like that.
No, like buy the phone. Don't get it switched over.
Just get a brand new number.
So you
do it
wanna-
all.
you
Wait,
wanna
what I'm
have
saying
service.
doesn't. What I'm saying doesn't
Yeah,
make
I
any
was saying
sense
that
because
doesn't
I would
make
need to link
sense.
it to the Verizon account.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
So
need
yeah, I would
service.
have to buy my own phone.
You'd
bill.
have to have your own phone plan.
Your own
and-
account, your own
Yeah.
phone.
Which wouldn't be worth it because they get fat discounts for being in family plans.
Yeah.
I would never ever leave a family plan.
We're literally in a plan with our grandparents because,
Oh, yeah,
like,
yeah.
My grandma's on our plan.
Yeah.
My aunt and uncle do that, and I think we have like one of my aunts on our plans.
yeah, it is.
The amount of phones out there to the amount of plans has to be ridiculous.
It's just saves
Everyone's
so much
on a
money if
family
you all
plan.
are on the same
Even if
one.
I had like roommates and I'd be like,
yeah, you
guys,
guys,
you guys want to have a phone plan together so we can have a family? It'd be
You have
cheaper.
like a pen pal.
Hey man, hey man.
from across the that should be like a Facebook group, people looking to get in Verizon plans to save money, and like people all across the world are just like all in a family
Yeah,
together.
Oh,
You guys
that'd
have
be
like
epic.
a group chat, and you guys are like pen paling each other, like write each other.
Hey, who uses all the data up again?
Who has
You
the
just
bill?
put their number out
Who's
there.
covering the bill this month?
Sorry, this service in India isn't very good. No problem.
That'd be wild.
That would be funny.
Oh.
Yeah, you save huge money by getting those family plans.
Yeah.
Has anybody seen the Starlink satellites out and about in the
Starlink?
sky? Yeah. You know Starlink?
Like for
Like
like Chevy stuff or GM stuff.
No, it's
No,
a
SpaceX Starlink.
Elon.
That's
Oh, Elon's thing.
it's network connection, not towers, but satellites instead.
Really?
Yeah, so you get
Wow.
connectivity anywhere. You should look up a video of it, because a video of the theoretics of it, which they're already putting into. What the?
He just threw his phone.
Would you guys be confident enough to do that with your phones?
Yes.
No, do what I did.
Probably, I don't
Toss
know
it?
how you do. If you tomahawked it at the ground, I'm not
no,
going
I
to do that.
spun it up like to get as many revolutions as possible, and then let
No.
it nail the ground.
My old phone though, I did not care with that thing. Like I would literally,
Oh, Isaiah,
Chuck it
I would
at
drop my old phone. I'd be like, please be broken.
Please
it's
break.
this one right now.
Yeah.
It's still your
Your
phone.
phone.
Oh, yeah.
It is old. I guess you were technically right.
My well-aged phone.
But oh my lord.
It's not like a fine wine though.
But yeah, last Friday I stepped outside, and this is when the whole green comment thing was going around, and I was so confused because I looked up, and I didn't care too much about the green comment. I wasn't really worried about it.
Mhm.
But I looked outside, and I looked up, superstar, yeah, beautiful. I see one plane going by, and that's it. We got like 8.5 minutes of it. So I look up, sky super pretty, and then all of a sudden I see these.
that's actually messed up. That's actually messed
That
up.
was messed up, bro.
That's too far.
That was
Put
devious.
your grippers away, dude. Anyways,
I'm actually like kind of mad. That's messed up.
It'll
Dude.
be okay, Devin. It'll be
Yeah.
okay.
If this thing didn't have a
screen
screen
protect.
protector, I would be flipping.
You
but-
still got a toe print or two on there.
oh my god!
You.
You can
sorry.
see it. You can see
Sorry,
it.
buddy.
You had a good-
Why would you apologize?
I interrupted your story. I
I'm
felt
going
bad.
all chimp up in here. No, I just
You
saw.
guys just accepted your evolution too much.
Please let Isaiah
Go
Why
ahead,
don't you
Isaiah.
admit when you say stupid stuff?
Yes,
'Cause you never do.
That is a true point. We should just
That'd be a waste of time.
Change this.
Never do. It would.
admit. Say something that you
It's
acknowledge.
save time
your
to admit
stupidity
right now
there.
that anything you say from this
Okay,
point
if we
on
all
has a
if we all do it,
75%
if we
probability.
all do that.
Yeah,
do.
absolutely. Sometimes
Fine.
some of the things I say are stupid,
Fine.
but
No,
I
say
admit
say
it.
your real probability.
My real probability, like anytime I speak from then on out, the probability of me saying something dumb, 26%. 26%.
No, that's way lower than that, bro.
I was gonna.
Really?
You think a quarter
us,
of
with
the
us.
a quarter of the
No,
stuff
not in general.
you say.
Like in like this.
Yes, still around here, you think a quarter of the stuff you say.
Okay. All right.
Over a quarter.
1/8 or
15%.
It's closer.
I'd say 15%.
15%. What about you?
I'd agree with 15% for myself.
For you?
Sometimes 20. For
you.
Depends on the day.
For you.
Hey, Luke, you gotta admit that. You gotta admit that. That
Luke,
was
move
stupid.
the
Okay, that was a
decimal.
while.
Luke,
That was
Luke.
wild. That was wild.
Move the decimal.
1.5.
The other way, pal.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. At least 90% of the last
150?
10 things you said were stupid.
150% of the thing.
I take back any
Why do you
good
think
thing
your
I
nose
said
bled?
about
Why do you
it.
think your nose bled, Luke? Your brain was escaping. It was tired of it, man.
All right, you're knocking your percentage
tired of
up
it
pretty
too.
high right now. You're racking in some numbers.
Yeah, but it was funny though.
All right.
Oh, Starlink. I'm sorry.
Starlink,
It's a quick story.
The satellite.
Anyways, it's cool. I didn't know that you could see it because they're satellites. They're up in orbit, and I didn't realize you could see them. But when I walked out, and I thought I was about to get abducted, bro. I'm not even gonna lie, because it was
Same.
okay. We'll address that in a second. But so these, if you look up in the sky and you see just white, there's no noise. I thought they were drones, but they were too high up and there's no noise. They didn't flash. They look just like stars, but there's no streak to them. There's no tail. So they're not meteors or shooting stars or anything. And one by one, they just appear and they move all in unison at the same exact speed. And they go pretty dang fast across the sky. And then after like 30 seconds, they just disappear. I got a really crappy video of it because I was so confused.
Bro, that's crazy.
Only had
'cause
that
And then
15 Pro Max.
I looked,
Saturday night,
figured it out. Yeah.
when we got back from going to watch Timmy do his derby, we stood outside and looked at the stars for like an hour. Like, I can't believe I didn't see that in that hour.
It's Friday night.
It was Saturday night, but it was like 3 in the morning.
Well, here's the thing. So just as quick as they appeared, and in the reverse order, they disappeared. So just like the first one appeared, moved on, then it got to a certain point. The second one came in. There's probably about 30 of them. And then just as fast, once they got across, well, the first one disappeared. Then the second one got to that spot, and the light turned off.
Ooh.
Then the light turned off, and the light turned off.
I can't. I still can't. I looked. I looked at the sky,
So-
like every different direction.
So I don't know the
I don't
path or
know.
anything. I'm actually going to do research in it because it's really fascinating how they're doing it. And I still thought it was like all theoretics, like on the drawing board at this point.
Yeah,
but
no,
they're
they're
up there
actually
right
doing
now.
it.
Yeah,
They're doing it.
yeah, it's crazy. So who abducted you?
So this morning, it was kind of raining, and I was running out to just check the mail, see if something came in for me. And I hear this big buzz. I'm like, yo, what the hell? I look over at the cornfield. Largest drone I've ever seen. 8 propellers. Probably like 12
Nice.
foot in diameter. It was doing like a
And spray.
a survey.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
I don't think it was spraying anything. It was surveying the field.
Okay.
But it was hawking towards me. I'm like, oh my God. And it gets to like pretty much like over the road. And I literally start backing up from my mailbox. I'm like, this. And I can see like a camera like orbiting and like looking at me. I'm like,
You're
ew.
sidestepping, it's following you.
I started like, I just walking back in my driveway. I was about to start running into my house.
I
I'm
just
like,
imagine
Jesus.
like everyone's UFO stare, just like
Yeah.
like the ray to come down.
Yeah. Because
Waiting
and it
for it.
started as a spec. It
Hilarious,
was probably
dude.
going like 15 miles per hour in the air.
Yeah, this.
And then, no, craziest thing, big beam of light comes straight down. I start levitating upwards. Closest thing to me is my mailbox. Grab that thing. I'm almost derooting the mailbox. Drone gives up, flies back over the field, disappears, gone to the blink of an eye, and I haven't seen that thing again. But yeah, I was worried.
And that was a fictional tale by Jacob Sherman.
That's real, bro. You're not there?
That's
I
real,
saw,
bro.
I saw it from my house.
Yep.
I saw Jacob.
I was still
It
sleeping.
was like the one.
Got in home late.
I was on the
last night.
news this morning.
I don't watch the news.
Exactly.
Nothing good on the news.
It was
Wasn't-
pretty cool watching
was-
me be vertical
Wasn't
for
it
40 seconds.
Captain America that's holding something up? Like he has one arm on like the plane and he's holding up something.
On the plane?
It was on
There
the
was like a
news.
plane flying. And he has like one hand on and he's holding on to something else, like a car or something. No, it's Spider-Man.
Yeah,
It's Spider-Man.
Spider-Man
So
So
it
wouldn't
bridge.
two train cars together?
No, this in like with Tom Holland, he was hanging onto a bridge and then there was a car down there that he wet. No, it was
It was Captain America when he was holding onto the helicopter and he was holding onto the Stark building.
yes,
Winter Soldier.
There was. I was also thinking of the Spider-Man where there's a bridge and like a car fell off because like a evil villain threw it off, and then he like was the Amazing Spider-Man. So it was Andrew Garfield. He was holding on, like the kid had to climb up on him so he could drop it.
Oh yeah,
But
yeah.
That's
Or are we
basically what I
talking-
saw.
Or are we talking about?
No,
We talking about when in the first
that was
series?
you, Jacob. That was a good thing. That's what it looked like.
yeah. Like when Mr. Incredible, he lost that lawsuit because he jumped from the one building into the other building to save that guy's life.
I thought we were talking about the first Spider-Man where he's holding onto a bridge and then has a web down to a train car
That's another one.
with what's her name?
MJ.
Yeah, Mary Jane Watson in the train car.
Yeah.
and he has to choose.
Yeah,
oh no!
yeah.
Be careful.
He's got to
a
save a
hero.
bus full of kids.
Yeah, it was
and then
her or,
the bus full
yeah.
of kids. Yeah.
But yeah, that's what you looked like. You're holding on to something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Except you were screaming.
And upside
crying.
down.
Yeah. Kind of. Yeah.
Yeah.
And only fighting for my own life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're back. The camera did. We had
I
some
thought we were
difficulties.
gone.
Back just to be gone.
We're
yeah.
back just to gone. We're just gonna gone from here. So we're gone.
Goodbye.
Thank you guys so much for listening.
Can't leave someone on red if you never read it.
Follow socials,
Yep.
please. Instagram, TikTok at Speaking Sporadically.
Yep. We'll see you guys next week. Leave a like, comment something, and
I
we'll
can
comment
see-
back. What?
In this whole conversation, I can imagine like a bulldozer in Luke's brain just making it smoother.
No, I every time I think about it, I cut to an open field with like really short grass just billowing in the wind.
And then just
There's a lone goat just munching on some chow.
I hear like a
When you
crow
try to
in
put
the
yourself-
back.
Yeah. There's a one singular hawk crying, and
Yeah.
then like a guitar riff like. Tumbleweed
Goat
rolls
munching.
across the field.
All right.
One lone old widow just rocking on a rocking chair. Dust blowing in the
This
wind.
is making me smoother. Listen to you guys talk.
We're
For
manifesting.
those who don't know,
It's called imagery, bro.
a common insult we have around here is smooth brain. Apparently, Jacob said it one time, and apparently
He
it means you're
coined it.
dumb. So if we ever say like it's making me smoother or making me a smooth brain or that was a smooth brain comment, that's a smooth comment. It's
Just know we're talking about Luke.
you're basically basically
Or
saying it's
Jacob.
stupid. So thank you guys so much for listening.
Ski slopes.
We're gonna get out of here. We're going crazy
Peace.
next time.
We're going smooth.